Welcome to the Dirt Floor Pour Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chance Holt. The other one, we got Dexter Roberts over here. And today we have a special guest, one of my good buddies and longtime friends, best friends, I would say, Mr. Clarence.
Glad y'all can see me tonight.
Yeah, the owner of, is it Lawrence Roofing now? Yeah, it used
Lawrence
to be
Roofing.
previously Burleson Roofing. Now it is Lawrence Roofing. Handed down in family.
Y'all just give me a call.
You need a roof? Call Mr. Clarence here.
Put it on there.
I'll put it on.
Clarence, I'm glad you're here, and like I said, me and you've got a lot of stories.
And I can't wait to hear it, man. You was talking about earlier, like, man, we got some.
Yeah, I
funny
told
stuff.
Dexter
Some
one
we
earlier.
can tell, some we can't.
Yeah, like I said, we got stories before and after
Y'all
Jesus.
good buddies then.
Yeah,
That's right.
and I told Clarence, I said, listen, I know we got some good stories in the past. This is a family show, you know.
keep it peaceful.
And you know, Clarence is one of those guys that I'm thankful to call a friend, because, you know, like I said, we traveled with the devil the same time frame, and you know, we got redeemed around the same time frame.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I don't even know where to start. But
So tell me this. What is your most craziest memory of you and Chance?
well,
We'll go for the R-rated
Yeah.
real quick.
The R-rated? No, hold on.
Hey, hang on, is his wife in there? Make sure she's in there.
But hey, the problem is she was around a lot of the times.
she was with us.
Oh,
she was with us for a lot of the,
Okay,
a lot of
so
the experience.
That's good. That's good.
Craziest, I'll tell you when we got the cameras off.
Cameras.
The craziest ones.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll tell you a good one, though.
Okay.
We've all had our first trucks. I got mine. I was 14. Chance, he started. I coon hunt.
Yeah.
Coon hunt all the time.
What kind of coon dogs you got?
Walkers.
Walkers.
Yeah.
So I've known some folks with some good walkers and some good plots.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, that's my language.
That's
right
yours?
there. Plots.
Okay.
Like, the only good Walker dogs I've ever seen is Clarence's.
Really? Well, that's good to know.
Well, if mine's the best you've ever seen, you ain't seen me. Just say you. But we always had fun. We chased a lot of dogs, and Chance, he got me in his hunting club art school.
Okay.
We ran around over there for a lot of years. One particular night, it'd been raining
I know where you're going with this.
about like it did, last night.
Oh, yeah.
But for like 2 days.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it was wet.
It was wet. And we decided we was going to go coon hunting. Didn't have nothing better to do. We didn't work for a living. Didn't have nowhere to be. So we loaded up.
Y'all hunting.
We hunting.
That's all we did back then was
Yeah,
hunt.
There's
and-
2 truckloads of us.
Don't you wish we could still do that?
Dude, every day.
Not have to worry about.
Why do you think I'm trying to start a podcast?
Yeah.
It's rough when you gotta you lay out hooting with the owls,
Yeah,
and then you
I
have
know.
to get up the next morning. I'm telling you, it is rough. Anyway, we strike out, and it's just a muddy mess from the time we opened the gate to we never made it to where
What road was? Did we went? We got.
we started off. We went in by the clubhouse
Yeah,
because we was trying to get into the backside of the no bottom road.
that's where we ended up, ain't it?
That's well, yeah,
If it wasn't the no
it's
bottom
no
road, this
bottom.
was the new no bottom.
right. So we go in by the gravel pit and start off that hill. Well, it's slick. I'm sliding around this old truck, but it'll be all right. We're going hunting.
That's right.
Come to the hill, and it's just straight down
Well, it's got a little bit of a curve to it.
and a curve.
That was the issue.
Was there saplings along the side of the road?
I don't know if I'd call them saplings more than oak trees.
I kind of getting a picture in my mind of
Saplings probably wouldn't have been the big problem.
Anyhow, I start off. I stop. I stop and I look at him. And I say, "What do you think?" I don't think you can do it. Well,
It just gave you the extra
let's
courage.
go.
Don't tell Clarence that.
Let's try it. I start down the hill and I start sliding. I said, "Oh, okay." I hit the brakes. Well, when you start sliding, never hit the brakes.
No, because there ain't no telling where you going in.
But
They wouldn't have did no
16,
good
17
anyway.
year old, we didn't know no better. I hit the brakes and boy, I sped up 20 miles down that hill. I go, I'll probably do it. I'm probably wasn't that fast, but it felt like
It felt like we was flying.
felt like we was flying. And I hit one tree, and it was like a pinball. A white truck hit this tree and hit this tree, and we stopped. and I got a tree centered in my hood, and a tree in the pasture side door. I got a fender caved in.
Oh no!
And I got a tree right straight behind me. And we're here.
You're there.
We're here.
They wouldn't no going nowhere.
Wouldn't no going.
What was all said during this whole thing going down this hill?
I told you so.
No, I don't think it was I told you so. I'm talking about going down the hill as you're sliding.
There was no words. If there was,
I didn't know if there was any cussing going
There's
up.
a lot of bleeping.
Probably.
If I was to say what we said, it'd be a lot of bleeping.
It was.
It was bad.
Yeah.
We get down there. Well, we're gonna cut the dogs loose. Sure, let's turn them loose.
Don't care
Hey,
about
wait.
here.
Might as well go
Didn't
hunting.
we tree a possum the same night?
Two
of them.
possums.
Hey, what have you ever heard that story about Jerry Clyre in that talking about that monkey going up that tree? Something about ain't nothing that dog that monkey hates
Yeah.
the lion.
If it's Jerry
dog.
Clyre, I've
If
heard
I
it.
had one of them monkeys, I wouldn't have no coon dog. That's the truth. I'm gonna be honest. That's the truth. I ain't got no dog power. But we had a lot of fun chasing them old sorry dogs, and we hunted.
That night. How did we get that? We didn't. Oh yeah, get to that. You got that.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
I'm sorry. I was jumping ahead of you.
We hunt. We tree possums. It rocks on over here. It's 12, 1 o'clock. We got to get out. Well,
All the fun's done had.
all the
all the fun's gone.
and the reality sets.
We left it in the
Reality
woods.
sets in. You're like, man, I gotta go back to that truck.
Like they says on Old Brother Where Art Thou, we in a tight spot.
We in a tight spot.
And then literally, we was in a tight spot.
Very.
Well, we have to walk a mile to get cell phone signal at the time. It was
Going uphill, slick.
uphill. Yeah, we get up there at the top of the hill. The only person I can think to call is one of we all can call him a friend, old Kyler Harris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we call Kyler. And somehow get him guided in. There ain't but one other way to come in where I'm stuck at, and that's to go right through the middle of no bottom.
So what is no bottom? Is that
It's what it is. It's an old road that runs to the bottom of a
there
holler.
ain't no bottom to
There's
it.
a creek that runs through
There ain't
there.
no bottom to it.
You might as well have a boat.
Imagine,
If
imagine
it rains, you might as well have a flat bottom.
But Kyler's going through it.
He's
Oh, he
going-
will. Kyler go through it.
He had an old Chevrolet truck that looked just like mine, except it was step side.
Yeah.
And
I remember that truck.
I had one. Well, I still got it. It's
What-
parked over there.
Was it the single cab?
Yeah.
I will tell you a story about that after we get through talking about that.
Yeah.
Because it was loud too, wasn't
Oh yeah, his V6 had that old
V6, yeah.
Sounded
No,
just like a Nissan
it,
Pathfinder.
it wasn't
Lord.
4-wheel drive, was it?
Yeah,
It was 4-wheel drive?
It was
Okay.
4-wheel drive.
V6 though.
V6. I remember that truck.
Stick shift. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Was Kevin with him?
no,
It was just Kyler.
Caleb
Just-
Smith.
That's who was with him. Yeah, that's right.
I think if Kevin would have known he was down there, he probably
Oh. Kevin wouldn't. He wouldn't like that too much.
no.
Well, listen, we get him into this bottom, and it funnels all the water that comes off them two hillsides, and it's flooded. The whole bottom's flooded. He drives his truck in there with water coming in the doors.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah.
how deep we are.
Oh my gosh. Still giving it all she had.
Yeah, he gets to me. Now, where I'm stuck at, we're up, up above the water. It's, good. I'm just wedged between 3 trees, and it's muddy. Can't get out. But we get and we come along inches at a time.
It felt like centimeters.
Get it out. And we have to go back through this after Kyler's done watered it out with them big old tires on that truck. And I don't know how, like I said, that next day.
How old are y'all?
I'm probably 17 or 18.
So I'm probably 15 or 16.
Still
No, I was
living,
driving
still,
at the time,
still
so I
living
was
with mom and
16.
daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still living with mom and daddy, and they's gonna see you truck the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was you worried about that?
That old truck, at the time I was just worried about getting it out. I done made that phone call to mom.
Oh,
Chance will tell you my mom can be a scary person. But she was back
I think every mama's kind of scary.
Oh,
It can
yeah.
be.
and she wasn't happy, but there wasn't much she could do because I was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Stuck.
BFE.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right in the middle of it. And I had to go to the car wash the next day and spray the mud out of the floorboard of my truck.
Oh, my goodness.
Because of the water.
Oh my goodness.
That's how deep we was. And I don't.
It was bad.
Well, Well, did y'all have fun getting the coon? Did y'all get a coon?
We didn't get we got two possums.
No, had a Grand Night champion dog trade 2 possums.
And we got stuck.
I wonder if they was out there just wandering around with a coon, got that sand on them with them. That's probably what it was.
That's what it was.
Because you got some good dogs.
That's what. Yeah. Every now and then.
With a grain of salt. When it says
Every now and then a walker dog.
Yeah, every now and then.
I've walked behind some good dogs. The dog I had back then was fair.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Chief.
Yeah, it was Chief.
It was
Yeah,
Chief.
poor old Chief.
He took a ride that night.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
I can imagine.
He took a ride.
He's like, where are these folks taking me?
Well, he's swimming.
That's probably what was wrong with him. He done got wallered around that box, hitting them trees.
Oh.
Around. He didn't know where.
Y'all know Garrett Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a funny story about Garrett Tucker. Me and Garrett Tucker, he used to have a bunch of rabbit dogs. We're going rabbit hunting, and he had this one box, but he might have had multiple boxes at the house, but the only dog box I know him to have was this old one put together that I think he had him and Kevin actually I think might have welded it together, but he had about 30 dogs. I'm talking about if he had 30 dogs, he might have had 32.
Good. Not
But anyway, we're going down there. He's like, and he was big into going to these competitions and stuff like that.
field trials.
Yeah,
I've been to some of those.
And
I actually got some banners and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, none of my dogs. I handled from somebody else.
Yeah. Well, we get down there to my place, and at the time I trained labs, and I was looking into looking to try to find me a good shot collar.
Yeah.
I seen a bunch of systems. This is when they just I think had the sports dog the new sports dog thing come out, and I was looking at that, but he
Y'all
had
talking over my head.
Yeah, well, he had a whole different type that had like 4 or 5 collars on one deal, and I was like, man, this is pretty nice. And I'm sitting there looking at it. He said, yeah, well, he had another one around his neck, and I guess for all the dogs, he didn't put certain collars on different dogs. He some of the dogs didn't need them, but he just put it on one to bring them back, kind of deal. Because he said one of them chased a deer.
See, I always poor man dog hunted. We never had no shot collars, tracking collars. He came back. If not, maybe he'll come back eventually.
Yeah. But anyway, we was in the truck. We almost got down to the creek, and he said, that one's actually been having some trouble. He said, I don't think I'm going to use that. Well, he had done forgot that he grabbed the wrong one. Well, I'm sitting over here just looking at it, and we're driving down through there, and I'm over here clicking the button. Oh, well, the daggum dog starts going bananas back there. He thought they was getting in a fight and everything, so he jumps out, and he's mad. He's like, boy, you don't ever give me any trouble. He's, getting mad, and then we go a little bit more, and I'm sitting here just looking at it, and I done clicked it again. I've been lighting that dog up for about 5 minutes, and he keeps getting out, and he starts. I'm talking about these dogs are like this right here up in this dog box. There's so many dogs in this dog box. So when he finally opens it up, they just fall out. They ain't running out. They're falling out. And finally, I look at it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" He said, "This is the one that I need." He said, "You've been back there shocking my dogs the entire time."
Did he hunt?
Well, yeah, he took off. He had to take a poop,
Yeah,
shocked the poop out of it.
Clarence, he always had that. Of course, this is back then. I'm sure you've, got bigger and better things now. But back then, he had one of them tracking collars I thought was so cool. It had that little radio tower on
Antenna.
it. Yeah,
antenna.
You point it, you hear it.
The beep. Yeah.
Boy, he'd do
I've
that
been
out
around
there.
that.
Then we'd walk. Ain't no telling how far off in the woods to go find that dog.
Yeah, you'd pick up and go boop, beep, boop, right through there.
Yeah.
How far? Well,
There he is, right there.
Good little way.
One night I remember using that thing, and Clarence left me in a cemetery at Crooked Creek.
I did. Yeah.
Pitch black, middle of the night by myself.
No
Never
lie.
been out there. Cemetery.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was about 4 or 5 of us. We thought it was funny.
Well,
And that old white truck,
I made him mad.
You made it.
I made him. We was out there. I don't know if we was just fussing or just wrestling or what, but I made him mad. So I'll just leave you here. I said, go on then. He left. He left.
Did he come back?
I came back.
Yeah.
Now, after I walked down the road,
I give it a good 15 minutes and I come back.
Yeah.
I sat up against the tombstone for an hour by myself, just like,
Did you hear anything weird go on in it?
No.
He's scared.
I wasn't scared. I was a little nervous, but I mean, I wasn't terrified. I was surprised with how not scared I was.
Yeah.
I was more scared when I was walking down the road and there was no street lights near the cemetery and it was pitch black. Finally, I seen headlights coming my way, and Clarence comes picks me up.
We was mean when we was young.
I think we all had that little mean streak, you know. If you grown up and around your friends and when you're young and everything, I think we all
Builds character.
Yeah, makes
good
you
for
tough.
you.
Makes you tough. Yeah, it makes you tough. But do y'all remember them old lights that were? They had a big old square battery. You drop down in there and you screw on top of them little push button. They're about that long. I think they still got them, but they not many.
Is it a hand light?
It's a hand light, and you just mash a button.
Oh, the big yellow one?
The big.
Let me.
Yeah.
Let me.
Okay.
Okay. I got a story of one of those.
See, the youngins around right now don't know what kind of lights they got. They can go to Walmart and get, like the lumens and all that kind of stuff.
Get a flashlight that was brighter than the coon light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
For $20.
Yeah. And I was always, when I went coon with some older gentlemen, and I was a young fella, and I wanted to go because I wanted to go hunting. That's what I grew up wanting to go do. And I grew up around plots, and
What
they
plots
had that.
you have?
They had, I don't know. They were
Andrew Langley?
Yeah, that's who I went with.
Oh, Drew and
Yeah,
them.
well, I went with them a couple times, but yeah,
I had one of Andrew Langley's plots.
Yeah.
I love that dog.
Well, we was up there, would be hunting, and sometimes we go off that old beep system that them dogs be. I mean, you could hear them barking, and we go look. We had all these little trails back in there, and I mean they'd go for miles. I mean, way back in there, and you wouldn't hear nothing. And after they get that little beep deal out, and I thought that was just cool, coolest thing. And I was like, well, I guess we'll go into them. And it was like, well, you think you can get in there and get them? And I don't think, only light that I had, they all had them nice old coon lights, big old light.
I know the feeling.
Twist a button. And I'm over here with a push button little, what they call it? Yeah, it's a flashlight.
Big flashlight.
But that little flashlight, it only lasted for just a little while.
Yeah.
And
big old batteries don't last as long as you think they would.
Yeah, they don't last long. And so I get going down through there. I remember this night. This is when I quit coon hunting. And I quit coon hunting at a young age now. I get going down through there, and when I tell you I went into the wilderness of there was all kinds of, and if you've ever seen a briar bush that's about that big around, and they all look like vines just going up through there, that's the kind of stuff that we was going through.
Good.
And we kept going, and I said, forget these dogs. I got all the way down there, and I just kept moving around, and my light went out. And you talking about the kids nowadays don't know.
No.
They don't know what we had to go through. As far as
keep big old D batteries in your pocket when you go out there.
Well, I mean, this battery was about that long, big old, big and square. Well, I got down in that holler, and you talking about the light went out. And then you hear something pop over here, hear something pop over there, and you can't see nothing in front of you. The only thing you got's briars. Boy, I come up out of that son of a gun as fast as I could, eat up with briars all over me, got wet, falling in the creek. So, no, sir, I will not be back.
I will say, using them lights like that, I didn't realize it at the time, but unless you got a good light coon hunting, it's dangerous.
Truthfully, it pays to have
Clarence?
good equipment. It is dangerous.
Oh, gosh.
Because
I thought it was a snake beside me over here.
what is it?
Way out here in his barn.
It's a bungee cord.
It was over here beside that drink.
The copper-headed rattle moccasin done got a hold of it.
Hey, the snakes are done crawling.
Oh, they
Are they?
crawling. I seen one crossing the road the other day.
I killed one in Amory, Mississippi. It was about when it first started warming up. We was over there hunting, and I had to kill a copperhead.
Really?
Yeah, it's too early for that.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, coming up here, I said, man, it's going to be a hot summer.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's already hot. No, but talking about them lights, and let me tell you why it's good to have. Clarence, you want to tell him? Why did I almost?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We was chasing them sorry dogs.
Walker dogs.
And we was hunting. Yeah, well, England, I had an English dog.
Oh,
too.
yeah, yeah.
I think you had your plot too.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, we had a you could pick your color when it came to dogs. We had them all.
Yeah, we didn't discriminate.
I had blue too. I had blue English.
Blue English.
I had blue English.
If it would bark, it'd go in the woods.
We'd try
House dog.
We'd pick them on the side of the road, take them to the woods.
We'd try it out, but we was hunting around a bunch of bluffs.
I didn't know that.
Walking off in there and got to one, and we all looking at one another. And Chance looked and said, "That ain't far. I'm just gonna jump. I'll go get the dogs."
Well, see, none of them's got. They're not close enough to me to really shine their light down there for me to see how far it is with that little old flashlight.
Any bluff pretty tall, 12 foot is long.
That's a long
Well, I
jump.
figured
You don't
if I-
know what's down there either.
My thought was I can just hang off the side and kind of fall, a couple feet to the ground. I'll be fine.
Okay, and this is a person that wouldn't climb.
Well, like I said, I didn't think it was tall.
Let me tell you. We went deer hunting. We was up here. I'm probably how high?
You about 35, 40 feet.
Yeah, he keeps telling me, he said, "Man, you gonna stop?" And I look over, he's just barely putting his stuff on, getting up the tree. And I look over, he done went. He went up this little bit, and then something. I guess the tree. It was kind of crooked, kind of deal. It was a bad tree.
My climber wasn't dicking into the bark good either.
And I looked up. I said, "You might want to stay there."
Dude,
He said, "Yeah, I'm good."
I wasn't that off the ground. I could have brought a chair.
We'll put it at the link in there and let you see.
You got the picture?
I do.
Yeah.
He don't like heights. He come work with me one day.
I worked with you for a few days.
Well, yeah, he did.
He said, "I don't like you."
He didn't like it.
I ain't a roofer.
He
Well,
did-
tell us about you jumping off the cliff.
Finish the.
Well, I wouldn't let him.
No,
I
no.
grabbed him. He went to jump.
I was fixing to jump,
I reached out and I grabbed him. I said, "Don't jump off."
and then he shines his light off down there, and I can see how far it is. I bet you it's 30 foot. I was like, whoa.
Like one of them cartoons where they kick the rock and it just
Yeah.
go. That's what it was like.
I don't understand. Like with my light, it didn't look far.
Yeah.
It was. I guess it's just so dim.
You're staring at the leaves straight across from him.
That's true too.
No, we weren't.
Dude,
Yeah,
You're standing at the top of the tree.
basically, dude, that was way higher than I thought.
yeah. We all looked at you like, "You're not jumping." Yeah,
I'm finna do it.
I'm gonna do it. You ain't gonna tell me I ain't.
See, that was back then where you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Yeah.
Of course, I was always about 8 foot tall and bulletproof
Yeah.
because I'm 5'7".
Goodness.
No.
There's been a few of us save him from certain death.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's
Probably. It'd been. You've been sore anyway.
Yeah. You did come and get me one night in Panama City.
We come get you.
We don't talk about that one, though.
That was a rough night.
That was a bad night.
Bad night.
Anyway.
Bad night in Panama City.
Bad night, man.
Oh, yeah.
He left me there,
I've had a
too.
bad night. I've had a bad night in Panama City.
Wasn't just me.
Oh, everybody left me.
You made
I
a lot
ticked off
of
everybody. I made everybody mad.
Chance, what are you making everybody mad?
I'm telling you, man, that's back when I was traveling with the devil. I had a little spell when I was a teenager, man. I knew the Lord, but I didn't know the Lord. I knew about the Lord, but I didn't know the Lord. And that's a game changer.
Well, let me get back to telling on that about Kyler's truck.
Yeah.
So I've known Kyler a long time, and we they came up. We was all gonna go duck hunting next morning. Well, they was just out of high. I think they was just getting out of high school, and I think they, me and Kyler and them, we had this trip planned for a while. And well, he invited one of his other buddies, and I think there was about 5 of us going that night. Kyle Price was there, and we're all. They wanted to.
Y'all going to the wood duck hole?
Yes. And yeah,
That's
he
fun.
yeah, it's a good old
Man,
spot.
that's a spot.
And so we've been planning it for a while, and I hadn't been down there hunting and trying to keep the ducks, getting them in there pretty good. I was going to let it lay for a little while. Well, we've been planning this for a while. Well, Kyler's like, man, he said, let's invite some girls overnight. So everybody spent the night at my house. Well, it was actually spending the night at my grandmother's house. My grandma and them, they was going on vacation and stuff. So we're we're all just hanging out, had a little bonfire. Well, he invites some girls over there, and there's some more folks come. And, well, it ended up, we was,
Probably not going duck hunting the next.
No, I was going duck hunting. It ended up getting out of control. Not out of control. It ended up being just supposed to be a few little people there. Ended up being a couple more people there.
That's how it always goes.
And I told them, I was like, boys, we gotta go duck hunting in the morning. And they got a little tight and everything. Well, I told them, I was like, well, I'm just gonna go to bed. I said, I'm getting up and going. I said, if y'all ain't here at 4:30 in the morning, I'm leaving.
Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I said, you might as well. Well, there's a picture I seen of this guy. I can't remember what it is. We'll have to put it up in the link. But it's like a guy it's like one of your buddies that stays out in the bar. It stays out to 4 o'clock in the morning.
You sent me that.
Yeah, he's there at the dock at 4 o'clock.
How'd you get here?
Yeah, how'd you get here? How are you making it? He's like, I'm going fishing. well, anyway.
We've been there.
Yeah, so I'm in the bed. Well, my grandmother and them end up coming back. They end up getting back, and we're spending the night at my grandmother's house. Well, my grandmother had this sunroom, like you pull in her driveway, and she's got this sunroom, and that's right in front of the carport. And all of our vehicles, I got my vehicles parked in the yard, and then I was just going to let Collar and them pull up. Well, he had that loud old truck, Well, I'm in the bed, and I'm over here, and Kyle, he's in the other room in that bed, and I'm just sitting there asleep. And I wake up to this loud. It was just the most annoying sound ever. What it was Kyler. He was outside of the truck, and when we had got there, I told Kyle, I said, just leave the door unlocked. Well, he forgot to leave the door unlocked. He locked it. So Kyler and them couldn't get in. And it was cold. I'm talking about when I'm telling you cold. Well, my grandmother had this swing and had a little deck. She always keeps her yard, pretty and everything. Had decorations and stuff. Well, she had this wooden swing, and she had it was just a red blanket that she had on there and had pillows on it and everything like that.
I can see where this is going.
Well, she had stapled it because she didn't want it to fall off. She didn't want it to blow off, so she had just stapled it all over. Well, Collar and them had done knocked on the door a couple times. Well, nobody heard it because I was passed out asleep, and they didn't beat on it or nothing. Well, I woke up to the wah, 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 wah. I mean, just loud, just red.
They have a glass pack on that or something?
It's straight pipes, I think.
It didn't have no pack on it. It was.
Oh, yeah, straight. Think about a V6, like a pissed off bumblebee.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like.
Well, that some gun had done passed out in his truck, and his buddy's on this side. And I'm outside, and I done ran outside, and I'm like looking at what in the world. His lights are on, and he's almost at the front of there's like a little ditch, and he's almost at the front of the sunroom, all the glass, and he's got it in park, but he has got his foot on the gas pedal rev limit. I'm there, wah, 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 and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I'm out there in my boxers. I run out and I open the door. And I'm like, what in the heck? As I open the door, this dude falls out. Hits the ground. I ain't going to say his name.
Okay.
He falls and hits the ground. It's one of his buddies. He hits the ground. He's on, there's throw up everywhere. There's throw up everywhere, all in the daggum front of the seat, on the dash and everything. And I look over at Kyler, and Kyler, it's got this blanket wrapped around. He is ripped. And I was looking, I was like, what do you got on your face? There's staples all over his face and all over his head. And he's got this wrapped around. And he's looking at me like, what?
He looked like,
and he still got his foot on the red limiter.
What do you call them things at the
turban?
A turban.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It is just a big old blanket with staples all in it. He got over there and ripped him. He went to go. He thought it was just a blanket. He was just going. He was cold.
And he
grabbed it and he fell back. And he's like, "Why is this?" And so he just rips it. And he goes, "Ding, ding, ding, ding." pulling them things
When you're
off.
cold, you'll do crazy things to get warm.
Well, he was, kind of tight too. When I look over, he's got his throw up everywhere. I mean, he had done threw up in it. So the next day he had to clean it up. But I said, dude, get your freaking foot off of the. I said, you gonna wake everybody up? And he's like, all right. So I will turn his truck off. He gets in there and goes to bed and everything. And I'm just thinking, I was like, that son of a gun could have run through the whole house.
Yeah.
The whole house.
Been through in gear.
He didn't go duck hunting the next day.
I don't figure.
He didn't go. Me and Kyle didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even wake up through that whole ordeal. My grandmother didn't either.
Well, that's
That was
a
good.
plus.
Yeah, it was a plus because it'd be bad if Judy walks out there.
It's never good when grandma gets messed up.
That's right.
Man, talking about
But them staples, but I just laughed. We laughed and laughed about that. All them staples that was on him.
all right. Anyway, I got one.
Tell us one.
All right. Tomato sandwich.
You don't like Bruton snuff. I know that. You ever had a dip of Bruton? That old powder?
I've tried it. I've tried it one time when I went to go put it in my lip. Like I seen somebody doing it, and they didn't let me know ahead of time. Don't breathe. So I went to go do it, and I went to breathe because I was nervous because I didn't know what it was. So I put it in my lip and everything. And it's nothing. If you don't know what Bruton snuff, it's like powder.
It's
Yeah.
And
I went to go do it. When I put it in there, it just went.
You supposed to snort it, ain't you?
technically, I think that's what it was originally intended for. But
Snorting it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's why
what
they
I've
call
heard
it
before.
snuff. You snuff.
I didn't know.
You snuff it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've always I knew like old ladies. They used to.
Put it in their top lip.
Yeah.
Well, when we as
Why the
kids,
top lip?
I don't know. Gets in your bloodstream quicker, I guess.
Really?
Top lip.
Who knows?
Who knows?
The more you know, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we're kids. We thought we was something, have us a dip or something. You know?
Exactly.
One of my buddies' grandpas, he dipped that Bruton, and I snatched me a can of that one day, and I already knew how to put it in my mouth. You know, he'd
I didn't.
Chance. I come up here to Chance's house. He's eating him an old mater sandwich. I said, I got us something.
And folks don't know what a mater sandwich
No.
is. That is a tomato.
That's fine dining.
Tomato sandwich, fine dining, and we around here we call them maters.
Add the mayonnaise to it, baby.
Salt, pepper.
Salt,
Before
pepper,
you
salt,
continue, I want to take note.
Oh, this let me cut that off.
We're having technical difficulties, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we just had a bomb go off behind us. Somebody shooting a machine gun.
Forgot about the air compressor.
Tomato sandwich. Yeah, I love a tomato sandwich. You like banana sandwiches?
With peanut butter or mayonnaise?
I don't like them.
Yeah, I got to go with peanut butter. I can't put mayonnaise on a nanner sandwich. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't.
Chance, you eat a nanner sandwich?
Heck yeah.
Mayonnaise or
I
peanut
said
butter?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, man. Come on.
What?
I can't. I don't like.
Dude, I ate so many of those a few years ago that I don't eat them much anymore because I eat them every day for like
So-
a whole summer.
What's some words that we say that it's not like we say a mater sandwich? That's
Tomato,
and nanner sandwich.
a nanner.
Banana sandwich.
tater,
Tater. That's a potato.
oil.
Oh, I think everybody says oh.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
What do they say?
Some people say Earl.
Most people.
Earl.
The proper way to say it is oil.
Oil?
That's too much effort.
That's just too much.
That's too much effort.
Yeah,
What's-
say, come here.
Yeah,
Come here. Come here. You don't even have to see there. You can just go, come here.
How about you?
Batchy.
Yeah.
Back to the tomato
Appreciate y'all.
sandwich. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
How's your mom and them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the tomato sandwich. Okay. This was the night we had a little bonfire or whatever. It was just a couple of us hanging out, nothing big or fancy or whatever. Well, Clarence comes over, he's got that Bruton snuff or whatever, and I didn't try it just yet. I ate my tomato sandwich. We go down to where the fire's at and hang out with a couple of buddies, and my wife at the time was there. And we're hanging out, and me and Clarence, we had to run back we ran somewhere, and when we was on our way back, you asked me if I wanted to try that Brute and Snuff.
Well, I know where we ran
Okay.
to get some beverages.
Okay.
Water.
Yeah, spring water.
Spraying from the BP.
Right.
High in content.
Hydrating.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Anyway, continue.
Okay. Anyway, we're going back down through there, and Clarence is driving. We're in his truck, and he says, "You still want to try some of this Brute and Snuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, give me some. Let me try it." He said, "Now just pour it in the lid, then pull your lip out and pour it in your lip." I said, "All right." So I do that, and I put it in my lip, and
That got you right now.
it's chalky.
Mouth water.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just a weird texture.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I got it in there for maybe 10 minutes, right? And I spit it out, and I'm pretty nauseous. You know, I'm hanging around the fire, and I'm just
face getting purple.
I start to throw up. Keep in mind, we went to get some beverages, so I'm not completely coherent, but I'm not plastered. You know, I'm not nothing like that. Well, that Brute and Snuff decides it wants to hit me with a vengeance. Well, I start
up on you.
Yeah. Well, I start puking. I start seeing, I puke, and there's red hitting the ground. Just
He's freaking
just
out.
chunky red.
He thinks he's about to die.
I'm like, guys,
Take me to the ER.
you know, the girls can throw up and they'll be fine. You know, us men, if we start throwing up, we gotta go house.
It's game over for me.
yeah, dude, there's blood hitting the ground, chunky blood too, and I'm like, dude, I'm dying.
That old Brute and Snuff.
That Brute and Snuff has took me out. I don't want to go out this way.
Yeah.
And then I hear Clarence, didn't you eat a tomato sandwich before we came down here? Yeah. Dude, I'm like, I see that hitting the ground, I'm just like, I'm dying.
We horse laughed.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
It was a good one.
Oh my goodness.
We've had some good times.
We've had a lot of good times, man.
You remember the reason why you came work with me a couple days?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm just gonna tell us. This is a good one. This is a good
Right.
one chance.
Go ahead.
You don't care.
I'm scared.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
I'll edit it out if I don't like it.
Yeah, we all decided we was gonna go to a party down there. There's about 4 of us loaded up in that little old car.
What kind of car?
That silver car.
Oh, the Avio.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah.
I look like Mr. Incredible in this thing.
I remember why.
We take off to this party. We had us a good time, just
A good time.
drinking, having us a good old time. It's, before we found the Lord.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
Yeah,
for that.
Thank goodness. Anyway, it rocks on. It ain't even that late, and we got one of our buddies. He hadn't really drank. He's gonna drive us home. About 1 in the morning, I'd say.
Pretty
It
late.
it was late, but not. The sun wasn't coming up yet. We load up. One of us stays behind. But we go back with 3. There's 4 of us starting. There's 3 of us going home. The one driving, he hadn't drank.
He ain't drank
He
nothing.
hadn't drank nothing. We're going right through the middle of Winfield. All of a sudden, blue lights. Boo! They pull us over right there at the red light. Where 129 feeds into right there at the red light.
Oh yeah.
And we pull in right there at Bonks. Get out. He first thing he does, he hands me a beer back there in the back. He ain't old enough to have it.
I'm 20. They're 21, 22.
21, 22, he hands me a half.
I told him, I handed it to him. I said, hide this. If you get caught with it, I'll pay the open container ticket.
Granted, we're in an Avio.
So there's no room to hide.
There's nowhere-
Everybody's hid from what they got.
Yeah, I can't just put it in my crop.
Yeah.
You ain't got to put it right in the middle of the floorboard, but
Why didn't he hide it?
I put it between my legs. I was in the back seat.
Oh, you was in the back
In the
seat.
back seat. I put it between.
Why was you in the back seat?
It was his call.
Kid. Who's in the front seat?
We'll leave his name.
Okay.
We'll leave his name.
yeah, not to incriminate the.
Yeah,
Okay.
he ain't here to defend himself. We'll leave.
I guess.
He wasn't drinking at all.
No, he was.
Yeah.
he was
good.
He was fine.
Anyway, he hands me the beer and he says, "You don't say nothing about paying the ticket. You just say, here, hide this."
Now, hold on. I had a whole plan drawn up
You didn't enlighten us on it.
He didn't tell you the plan.
because I had to keep y'all safe from saying y'all bought the beer for me. So I was like, just hey, we stole it out of my dad's refrigerator in the shop.
Anyways, here the police walks beside me and he shines that light, that mag light hits that window and that goes right on that can.
First
Thing.
thing he does.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. He walks up. He shines it.
Boom.
Walks up a little bit, then comes right back. And oh no.
So they pull us all out, make us all blow a breathalyzer. I fail it. He failed.
I failed it.
Our buddy passed it.
Yeah, because he ain't drinking.
Flying colors. But he ain't old enough to be out there with us drinking.
Yeah.
So there's the whole dilemma. I just had a can. He writes me a ticket for open container. And have
All
to call-
because of chance.
all because Chance. We have to call Chance's dad to come get Chance.
Yeah.
At this time, it's probably 2 o'clock in the morning. Paul wasn't happy. He had to go to work next morning.
Yeah.
He's fired.
He was
He's
not.
fired.
He was not happy.
Oddly enough, he wasn't fired up at us. He's fired up at the police.
Oh, really?
He. I will say this. They asked him. He said, "Is this your beer?" And he said, "Yeah." He took the rap for me.
Who?
My dad.
Your dad?
They sure did.
And they said, "Well, you want us to take him to jail, or you want to take him home?" He stood there silent for a second. He was just like,
He said, I ought to take him. I ought to let y'all take him to jail, but I'm going to be good.
"I'm gonna take him home." And let me tell you something though. That night was actually
It straightened you up.
it was a turning point in my life.
Yeah.
Because up until that point, I would claim that story as part of my redemption story.
Yeah.
Because that time frame, I was, like I said, I grew up in church. I knew about the Lord a lot, but I didn't really know the Lord like I thought I did. I was a cultural Christian, if you will. And that night, I remember we was driving back home, and Dad looks over at me. He said, "Son, you're going down a road that you don't want to go down." He said, "I've been there. Your granddad's been there." He said, it only leads to destruction.
Yeah.
And he didn't scold me.
Yeah.
He didn't ground me. He didn't.
He
'cause I
loved
still
you.
lived at home. He loved me enough to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And that conversation has stuck with me over these years. And like I said, at that point in time, at 20 years old, was the turning point in my life. You know what I did my 21st birthday? Nothing. I mean,
You could have went out and did it. But
I
you didn't.
could have, but I didn't. You know, and that piece of knowledge from a man who loved me more than anything on this earth,
Yeah.
saved my soul.
Yeah. What I'm gonna tell you something cool, about that story, just hearing it, just like you said, your dad come to save you, That's the same thing what Jesus does.
Exactly.
Did for us, and he didn't send you to jail.
No.
He could have sent you to jail.
Right.
And that's what Jesus does for us. He could send you to hell, but he
could condemn us all.
exactly, and he did that. That's a cool story, man.
I know, and I'm thankful.
It's
for
worth sharing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that's another. Like I said, I think I've said it off camera, and I think I've said it on camera. That's a big portion of why I'm so motivated to hang out with you guys, to have these conversations, to record it, because I feel like we can get into some deep conversations, and what better way than to share those deep conversations with somebody who may need to hear it.
Exactly. For
And
sure.
If you can touch somebody, then that's
right.
That's more than you doing not doing nothing.
And
That's
I'll tell
right.
you this right now.
Yeah.
I raised a lot of hell when I was younger.
I think we all did.
But you know what? Hell does not own me anymore.
That's right.
And
Because he's got the keys, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've had a good life with dark times, but there's always been somebody there
That's right.
to pull me to the light.
That's right. And put people there to pull you.
Exactly. It's amazing when you sit back and really pick, if you really sit, especially for me, and I've, over the past year, I've had a lot of time to reflect and think about my life with, because Dad, he got leukemia around this time last year's when he got diagnosed with it next month. Today.
We was actually down there, shooting that video with...
this time last year. Yeah.
And he was pushing me. I remember you said...
That's what he thought was the problem. He thought he hurt his back.
Yeah.
And turns out it was leukemia. And a month from today is when he got diagnosed.
Yeah.
But from that moment until now, I've had a lot of time to reflect on not just this past year, but the past 30 years of my life. And I see God so clearly that I never have before. I watched my dad, who at a point in time for a few years, I had concerns about his salvation, to be honest. But I did mine as well, and it's not that Dad was bad or anything like that. It's just he seemed lukewarm to me, but who was I to judge, But when Dad got diagnosed with cancer, that day, April the 10th, 2025, me and him were in the hospital room, and I looked at him, and it was just me and him. Everybody else had went out to get coffee or something. And he said, "Son, what do you think?" I said, "Dad, I don't know." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what I do know is that we don't know how this is going to go." I said, "You may, cancer's not something to play with, and you may pull through this. But if you don't, and it's your time to leave this earth, I need you to leave me no doubt that I'll be able to see you again." He said, "Okay." And for the next 5 months, I watched a man transition in a way that I've never been able to comprehend. He
was ready.
He was ready. I watched him pray for people he didn't even know, with nobody listening. He didn't even know we were looking at him, and he was sitting in a hospital room, in a cafeteria in a hospital, in a wheelchair, praying to himself, but I was just close enough to hear him, and he didn't know I was there.
Yeah.
And he was praying for everybody there.
Yeah.
My dad taught me how to live with telling me things like, don't be drinking as much as you are.
Yeah.
Teaching me right from wrong. But not only did he teach me how to live, but he taught me how to die.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful blessing that I'm thankful to be able to hold on to. And nobody can take it away from me.
That's right.
You got to be thankful for that.
For sure.
I mean, preach to y'all.
No, hey, preach it, brother. Preach it. Preach it.
Let us hear it. Yeah. It's a story everybody
That's right.
should listen to.
All right, I brought my devotion book, guys.
Perfect.
What's the day?
March 10th.
March the 10th.
It's getting closer to turkey season.
You turkey
A
hunt?
little bit.
Well,
We
just
go.
become best friends.
You got good places to turkey hunt?
I do.
Yeah, we became best friends.
Well, so I took him and we set up on a good spot. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't take him. He's bad luck. Because we was on a place that's got. I mean, we went in there and there's turkey sign all over the place. And we get in there and we didn't hear a bird. I got to eat up with chiggers.
Yeah.
And we sweated.
It was bad. It was fun.
It was fun.
bad.
But I tell you what, this year, all three go. I got a spot down lower side of Fayette, and it's piled up with them.
There's some good birds down there. I used to be in a club over here next to the house that you could pick your bird. You'd go out there and you'd hit that hoot owl in the morning, and You'd hear 5 or 6 birds. You just
Dude, I love it.
Who
I
owns
love
this
it.
property
I
now?
love it. He said he owns this property. Can you drop a pin?
yeah. They ain't birds in there like they used to.
Yeah. So what when you did that sound? So there, I seen. I think it was Trent, the guy from Mississippi.
Oh, Trent Ellis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he was like something. He made a post the other day about like his wife wanting to meet couples at 30 in their 30s, meeting new couples in their 30s for the first time, and he's like, I don't know if I'll be friends with this guy that I'm fixing to go meet. And he walks in, and said, "Hey, how are you?" What's up, man? And he just, instead of saying anything else, he just goes, and that dude, he was waiting to hear if he was going to say what he was going to do next. And the other voice, he goes, "What is that?" He said, "We can't be friends."
You sent me that.
I'm not gonna force it. I'm just gonna walk out. But when you did, I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna be friends." Heck yeah! All right, it's March. You said March the 10th.
March 10th.
All right. It says, "We also pray that you will be strengthened with all His glorious power, so you will have all the endurance and patience you need. May you be filled with joy, always thanking your Father. He has enabled you to share in the inheritance that belongs to His people who live in the light." In our culture, strength and a short temper are often linked. We might think of all the bull stomping at his feet when we think of power. The bull, however, is raised and owned by a person because the bull has no strength of a mind or temper or controlling himself. True strength is magnified and of self-control and patience and endurance. A man who isn't ruled by his desire to escape adversity is a real man indeed. He will put in charge of his patience and who does not exercise his own control or spirits. It says, "Dear Jesus, I know I'm weak, flammable man. Through your strength, make me a mighty to your glory."
I got something to add to
Yeah,
that.
go
That
I ain't got
whole
my contacts in.
that whole
should've-
devotional
Should have brought my glasses.
that whole devotional makes it makes me think of my most favorite verse in the whole Bible, or passage really, because it's multiple verses, and I've used this passage as strength in hard times. And every time, a lot of my family members who have passed on, and, stepped into glory, I'll do their funeral. I'll preach at their funeral, and I always include this passage. And it's 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 through 10. This is Paul talking. "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong."
Like, yeah, when I'm weak, I'm strong.
And you think about it, that God has always used struggle and putting people, making them weaker. Like, He's always used persecution to His advantage as a perfect tool to bring people back to Him. Because when you're going through hard times, what are you going to do? You're going to look to the only one that can pull you out of those hard times.
That's right.
And that's Him. He's did it all throughout Scripture, and He's did it throughout my life. And I think anybody who, claims the title Christian can attest to that.
That's right. You know how, like, I was listening to this. I'll play it in just a second. You know how, like, when the other day my buddy was talking about praying, and he's like, man, he said, do you ever feel like, when you pray that you pray and pray and pray for this one thing, and it just never comes true, and you just keep praying and praying. He said, so I just quit praying. I was like, dude,
No.
you don't do that. Well, not long after that, I heard this.
Well, that also makes me think that there's a scene in the movie where the red fern grows.
Yes.
It says you have to.
I love that movie.
You got to meet him halfway.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to meet God halfway.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm gonna play this on y'all listen to it.
As a pastor, respond. I've got all kinds of problems. I pray for them all the time, years. And I'm not saying I have more problems or less problems than anybody else. They're just problems, and I pray about them. A lot of them don't get answered. And then I think about it, and I'm like, what does that mean? I would like to, as a pastor, respond to Sean Ryan's question. So a lot of people know this. The Bible actually lists 8 very specific reasons that God might not be answering your prayer. God might not be answering your prayer, 1, because you didn't pray the prayer. It's like some people just sit around like, I'm just sort of waiting. Yeah. I ain't asking, but I'm waiting. This is James 4:2. It says, you have not because you ask not. So like, hey man, we got to ask. God's a daddy, wants us to ask. Right, number 2, because you got unconfessed or cherished sin in your life. Psalm 66:18. If I had cherished sin in my heart, the Lord would not have listened. It doesn't say if I sin, it says if I cherish sin. So it's like, man, I'm protecting sin in my life. I'm covering sin in my life. I'm intentionally trying to grow and stay in sin in my life. That's what it's talking about. Okay, number 3.
So that's what I was kind of telling. I told him that too. I was like, you got to think about, like, is there anything in your life that you're just holding on to, as far as like there's like a sin that you might be, I don't know, doing something on your phone, or you might you're behind closed doors, or you might just something. I said, you got to give it all. You can't just let that one thing be holding you back. I said, because that right there might be your only reason why you ain't getting the prayer you're answered. Wanting to be answered.
I would also add to that maybe it is being answered.
Yeah.
And it's not
Different time frame than what you expected.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make you enamored with my life, but I think Clarence can attest. The past year has been crazy for me with my wife.
Exactly, and that's crazy because like before we started this out, he was in the studio. He's like, man,
if I could only have her.
If I could just ever get that one more chance.
Hey, he's been spouting that for a while.
I know, and he just and we actually prayed about it.
We did.
We prayed about it in the studio.
I forgot about that.
And not long after that, he calls me. He's like, dude, you wouldn't believe what just happened.
Yeah, and it's not that like.
It's like that old song goes about unanswered prayers.
Yeah.
Well, and look at the time frame. She came back
at that time that you needed somebody.
That I need somebody the most.
Yeah.
And
he's listening.
Oh, he's listening, all right. And that whole situation, it takes me back to prayers I prayed over a decade ago.
Yeah.
That I didn't think got answered. They did. 10 years later.
God's timing.
It's wild. And another thing is like,
can't tell me there ain't a God.
Oh no.
People that think there ain't, I don't know where their train of thought is.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
You can walk outside and there's no way that this just happened.
You telling me out of Earth being the most life-sustaining thing that we can visually see in this gigantic place with no telling how many different creatures that walk upon it, yet mankind is the only one that has the thought process of, I need to be clothed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of sounds like Genesis to me.
Yeah. What? And another thing was so crazy. Like, we went fishing a while back, deep sea fishing, and we around here. You see a bass, you don't really get down and look at the colors, because you've caught them all your life.
Yeah.
You just look at them like, man, that's a big bass, and you throw it down. But if you really just look at all the daggum colors and all the specific little spots. Same thing on a turkey's feathers. All the colors that just flow. Like there's color, like you look at it, oh, that's just black, brown, red, and all that there. But if you actually look at this, rub the feathers on it and see there's purple. There's all kinds of colors in there. And God put each feather, each color, and did all that. And I was looking at this fish that I caught over in, I can't remember. I think it was in Key West, and it was just this fish. It was just so pretty. It had all these different colors, and I just looked down. I was like, "Dang, God, you did that!"
Right.
I mean, you picked that one fish out and colored it all. There's millions and millions of other species of fish that you did that.
He spoke it into existence.
Exactly. And I was like, if he can do that, the limit is, I mean, it's unlimited what he can do for us.
And back to the prayer thing. When you don't think, like, you think I didn't pray that my dad would be healed?
Oh, yeah.
Of course I prayed that. I prayed it and I believed it. I believed it was going to happen. And then it didn't. And then, I'll admit it took me not long, but a little time to understand. It's like,
process it.
I know I had the faith. I know that you can do it. Why didn't it happen? Why didn't you heal my dad? And then when I look back at it and I see what it's done to me, like I said, I got to watch my dad die a beautiful death.
Yeah.
And deliver a testimony to me that can be unmatched. Yeah. And it's...
Now he's up there having a good old time, and we're down here,
healed forever.
Exactly, and we're down here, he's like looking at us like, man, y'all don't know what it's like up here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and I can't wait till the day that I get to meet the Lord face to face.
Yeah,
and I get to just thank Him.
Yeah. So, what do you think you'll do when you first thing when you see Jesus?
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. I was reading, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they said
there's no tears in heaven.
Yeah,
I don't know how I can believe that.
Yeah, what this dude was saying, he said, what do you do when you meet Jesus? What you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna kiss his feet. He said, I'm just gonna get down. He said, I'm just gonna worship him, and just So I don't know. I don't know what I'd fall down, I guess. I know I want to hug him.
That's my thing. It's like, I know, like the kissing feet and stuff is more. It's like I guess I would say it's probably a cultural thing.
Yeah.
To show honor and stuff like that. But it's like, you've been my very best friend
got me
throughout this life, and like,
yeah.
Reckon what heaven will be like.
I think it's gonna. You want me to tell you what I think it's gonna be like? I think heaven's gonna be a lot like this right here. I think it's going to be like...
But way better.
Yeah, without the sin aspect of it. I believe we can go hang out with each other, talk, conversate. We know each other. I think we'll be eating in heaven. I think there's going to be all kinds of stuff. I feel like the Bible supports that. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, father, son, grandson. They're listed by name, by title. They obviously know each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's hard to fathom.
Yeah. I don't think heaven's going to be...
He created it down here for us.
I know. Yeah.
I don't think heaven's going to be one big church service.
There's people that do think that.
I think that's a cartoon version to think of it. A cartoon version way to think of it. I think it's more real than that.
We was kind of taught that when we was young.
Yeah, and I don't think the Bible supports that.
The more you read it, the more it don't. You have to kind of read it for yourself and make your own decision.
Yeah.
You can't just go off of what the preacher says on Sunday.
No, you can't. What are you thinking, Dix?
Yeah,
he was.
I was thinking, what's a experience? I'll tell you mine. I mean, I've had multiple. But what is an experience that you've had in your life that you was like, dang, that was God? I mean, just hits you.
I already told you, man.
It just hits you dead in the face. And you're like, whoa. Like you might have prayed something right then, and all of a sudden it just happened. Or just any kind of deal, you were just like, dang, that was God. I mean, it made you kind of get, the goosey.
Yeah.
The hair stand up. You're like, whoo, that really happened?
Is that you?
That's me.
That's okay.
Maybe closing up.
No.
Oh.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Being white.
So what is an experience that you've had in your life that you was like, it just hits you, bam, in the face, and you just knew it was God? as I'm telling this,
I couldn't resist.
Chance,
There was a bug.
it was like it was like a cat. He went from straight serious as all get out to stiff on the titty.
Can't make it up.
Can't make this stuff up. We're Dirt 44. This is the Dirt 44 podcast.
This is as real as it gets.
You never know what you're gonna see. Never know what
You
you're gonna
can't-
see.
you can't
It's
miss
like
a
a
minute.
box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
This is a treat, fellas. Y'all better pay attention to this. Man. It's good entertainment.
Okay, back to the
All right, I'm
the
sorry.
conversation. So, what is a moment in your life that you knew that, man, something happened that you like, man, that's God. God did that.
You got one, Clarence?
Yeah.
I know you do. It's hard to think.
Sometimes it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You have to, especially, I ain't used to folks watching me. So
Yeah,
Ain't nobody watching you right now.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Right.
You can come. It's just the thing about it is just us talking,
That's all it
like
is.
we just did.
Well, I guess ain't really something that's happened. It's something I have to look at. My papa was my father figure in my life,
Same thing with me.
and
My granddaddy was, me and him was like two peas in a pot.
and he went in and had open heart surgery in 2019, and he never did quite come out of it. He got pneumonia after that, and he wasn't with us 2-3 months.
You know what's crazy? Same thing with my granddaddy.
Really?
Wow.
My granddaddy went in for had an arteriogram,
Mm.
and the doctor severed his artery, and he had to have open heart surgery, and he never did. I mean, he was there. I mean, but he just never did bounce back, get back to his full state. His heart just couldn't handle it, and then he ended up passing away.
It's a hard pill to swallow. When
It is, especially when somebody you're just like, that's your person.
Yeah, that's one you talk to.
Yeah.
Well, he looked at me, looked me dead in the eyes, and he was, wasn't able to get up and go do what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked and he said, "I'm ready for the good Lord to take me." And that was about a week. And he prayed every night that the good Lord take him. And in about a week he did.
Yeah.
That's sad but beautiful.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, say we live 70, 80 years,
Yeah.
maybe. That ain't that long for eternity.
No. It ain't. Chance, what's a moment?
Quit playing with that microphone.
Is it going crazy?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I'm sorry. What is a moment, another moment that you was like, man, that's God?
My dad.
Your dad?
I can't pin. Okay. It's not one specific moment.
Yeah.
When my wife walked back into my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's 100%. I could just say that. That's like boom.
That was one that's I couldn't
fathom.
I couldn't fathom. I still can't.
Yeah.
I mean, we still look at each other as like, it's you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Like,
awesome. That's
I
awesome.
guarantee you tonight, at one point tonight, we'll be in the house and she'll just walk by.
You're like,
Either me or
"That's that
her
girl,
look at
that's
each other and be like, it's you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so when she stepped back into my life, that was,
Couldn't explain that.
I couldn't explain that, and I knew it was God. There's no way, And then, a little bit later, Dad happens, Dad gets sick. And I kind of started thinking, I'm like, wow, she came back at the right time. I was like, that's definitely God.
Yeah.
And then just watching the way she handled me and handled everything throughout that whole process, and was pregnant because we got married in May.
Yeah.
And she handled all of that with such grace and such love. It's like,
Married her.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you was literally made for me.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
I can't. And then when Dad passed, and then I had to try to come to terms with, like, why?
Yeah.
And then I finally see it.
Yeah.
It's like through his life and his death, I've been given a testimony, not just because of him, but because of her, the way she came back in. The whole story is so undeniably God
Yeah,
that I feel like if I don't share it, I'm wasting a gift.
for sure. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What's yours?
Man, dude, I've got so many. I mean, so many that I could just the other day, what I was I mean, I think we all, through our walk of being a Christian, we all have our struggles.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know, being a Christian's hard. You know, and but I, you know, still go to church and everything, and you know, read the Bible, and you know, you feel Him, but sometimes you feel you a little bit farther away.
Yeah.
And I'd had some stuff going on, you know, dealing with work and stuff, and just put you in a bad mood. You know, you deal with the public. You know, sometimes you have some stuff going on. We'll let this car pass by.
I don't think you can hear it.
Show up on there. But anyway, but I was not feeling good. I was in Tuscaloosa, and I've been working on this this dam for this guy, and been down there and I ended up getting sick while I was down there. I ended up catching like a little stomach bug or something. And it was just like a 24-hour kind of deal. And I hadn't ate all day because I was not feeling good. And by, I guess, about 8 o'clock, you know, I'm feeling kind of hungry. I was like, God, I said, I've got to get this dam finished. I've got to get up there and get this done. Then by the end of this week, I said, let me start feeling better, please. And I said, so I left and I went and got me some Outback down there at Tuscaloosa.
Oh, hey, buddy.
And they've got some banging potato soup.
Fine.
Potato soup at Outback?
You've never had that potato soup? Loaded potato soup.
Who goes to Outback and gets
Fella,
potato soup?
when you're sick.
I feel that, but my wife will order that, and it's
When I tell you
Really?
what, potato soup is. I mean, I got something. I got ice spring chicken too, and a couple other stuff. But I ordered two bowls of that because I knew I'd be, you know, want some for lunch the next day, and I just didn't really want a whole bunch of food. I mean, I wanted a good bit of food, but I didn't want to eat all of it that night. I was wanting to, you know, kind of save it. Well, as I was
Dakota.
no.
as I was I went to go get some fuel in the truck, and after I done got something to eat, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was looking at all that food, and I was like, dang, that's too much food. I said, I shouldn't have ordered all that. And I just kept thinking, and the Lord just put it on me. You know, I was like, you know, God, if I could see a homeless guy from here to the time that I said I'm gonna give him some of that food, and I mean that prayer just come out of my mouth. I'm sitting there on my phone, and I just said that because I was looking at all that food. I said, I ain't gonna eat all that food because I done started eating my soup and everything, and I barely even touched it. And I was full, and I was like, I don't want to go waste. And I started looked over at. Well, I went and pumped my gas, and as the diesel, I went and put it in there, and I looked over. Right in front of my truck, over to the right, stands a homeless man, standing there. And I was like, okay. And at the part where I was at in town, there's not nowhere for, you know, a homeless guy to be staying at, you know, because I'm right there. You know, they're in town. They're not right there on the edge. I mean, there's a lot of businesses that way, but there's nothing but that intersection. And you got the main highway right there, the main, the interstate.
Right.
And I was like,
All right.
I just looked and I was like, okay, God, all right. And like I was fixing to get in my truck, and like, I got in my truck and I was fixing to pull out. And as I looked over to the right, he was following me. But what I was going to do, I was going to turn over there and park. He was just following my truck.
It's like you knew where to go.
Yeah. And I said, hey, man, I said, are you hungry? He said, I'm starving to death. He said, I hadn't eaten weeks. And I was like, are you serious? I said, this right here is yours, man. And I handed it to him. He said, thank you. And he just walked off. And I was like, all right, God. All right.
That's
because it
wild.
was like right then I said that. And when I was saying praying, he was not there. Not there at all. And then all of a sudden he's right there by my truck that quick.
Hey, I gave it to him.
100%.
He's like, yeah, I better give it to him.
But another big one that I know 100% without a doubt it was God. So I went and tried out for The Voice a couple years ago. And
Hey, if you ain't seen that audition, dude,
well,
that's a good one.
well, let me just tell you. So I go. I'm not because I'd already did American Idol, and I wasn't wanting. I'd already been through all that stuff, and it was just it was a good experience, but it was just for a country boy from Alabama, it's just way too much for me. And I was like, I just don't want to do that no more. I don't want to be in that kind of. I love music. I love playing in front of people, but it's just not my kind of deal to be on a TV show like that. And so I started working for this guy down in town. I'd just come back from playing some music. My mama got sick, and I'd come back home, moved back home, and one of my buddies asked me, was like, hey man, I started working with him at this L&S Lumber down in Winfield.
You've told me this.
Yeah, and well, anyway, I started working with him for a little while, and one of my buddies I turkey hunt with, I hadn't heard from him. Well, I only hear from him around turkey season. Well, he just called me out of the blue, and it wasn't turkey season. He called me out of the blue. He's like, hey, man, what you been up to? I ain't heard from you in a while. And he said, you out on the road playing? I was like, no, man. So I'm actually working. I'm back home working. He's like, working? He said, you ain't playing music? I said, no. I said, I'm not right now, kind of taking a break and, trying to get all my ducks in a row kind of deal. And he's like, well, the reason why I'm calling you, he said, I heard on the radio that they was having tryouts for The Voice. I want you should go try out. It's in Atlanta. And I was like, man, I ain't doing that. I'm not going to try out for The Voice. I said, I've did all that kind of deal. He said, well, just pray about it. And I was like, okay. Well, I prayed about it, and it wasn't a long prayer. It was a quick, God, if you want me to do this, open the door, let me know. And that was it. Well, a few days later, I'm still the same place working with my ex-girlfriend. Mom calls me, and she asked if what I was doing. Kind of told her the same thing. I was working, and she said, well, I'm over here in Atlanta, and the reason why I'm calling you, I just thought I just had you on my heart, and I just think you need to go out and try out for The Voice. I was like, all right, God.
I heard you.
There it is.
So I went, and I went, and I went with one of my buddies and his wife, and we get there, and I was kind of embarrassed because like I'd already made it pretty far on American Idol, kind of did really really good with the show and stuff, and then after the fact I was like, I made it on this big pedestal, did real good, and now I'm trying out for another TV show. Well, I get in line, and it's like the cattle call, as they say, where they whole bunch of big old line. You go into this big building, there's thousands of people there. That's what it was. Well, it went down in this parking lot. The line did, and I'm talking I stayed in that line for a couple of hours. And this guy, he walks up to me, and he's like, hey, are you Dexter Roberts? I said, yes, sir. He said, man, can I get a picture with you? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. He said, so who are you down here mentoring? I said, man, I ain't mentoring nobody. I said, I'm actually auditioning. He said,
we
why?
equals.
He said, why? And I was like, well, I said, good Lord told me to be here, so I'm here. And then after that, I ain't gonna lie, I felt embarrassed. So I had a hoodie, and I put my hoodie on, had my hat, and I had put my glasses on. I just stayed in line and got in there, and I'm like, all right, God, you told me to be here. And in the rules, you couldn't have your guitar to sing. You had to sing a cappella, and that made me nervous, and I'll get out. Because usually, if I got a guitar, I feel like I got my britches on, what I mean?
Yeah.
And
This joker can listen to a song in 2 minutes and learn how to play it.
Well,
Don't matter what the song is.
Well, so I was kind of felt naked. So I finally make it to the room that I'm with all these people. There's 14 so people in there. And it's in a V. The chairs are in a V, and there's a lady at this desk that's up there. And we get in there, and when I tell you the first guy that got up and sung, he was I think he was a preacher from Tuscaloosa, I believe. But when that gentleman got up and sung, it gave me chills. I mean, he had the Lord with him. But I'm telling you, he was singing. And this girl, she got up and sung, and it was amazing. And it kept going, and it got to me, and I sung song, and then the lady told me to sit down, and I was like, well, I guess I'm done with that. Well, it gets over to the next.
What song did you sing?
I sung on that audition, I believe, by Brooks and Nunn.
Okay.
But I didn't do the slow. I did already the chorus version.
Yeah.
I didn't. And but I sung that, and she got to the very, very end. All these people sung, and then she said, I don't want anybody to think anything less of themselves if I don't call your name. She said, but I'm every one of you can sing. Don't get me wrong. She said, but I'm just looking for something in this room. And getting I mean, this is just one room. There's multiple rooms filled with all kinds of other contestants that are singing. And so she says, I need to hear another song from three different people. It was the first guy that sung, this girl that was beside me, and me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't prepare another song. So as we're driving down the road, I was hearing my friend's wife. She was singing this Sam Smith song, and it was just that's the only thing that popped in my head, and I didn't even really know it. So I just sung the chorus of that, and I was like, oh gosh, I bummed that. Well, as I got through, she said, just like I said before, don't want to think nothing about this. Every one of y'all can sing. If I don't call your name, come back and see us next year. I was the only one that made it in that room. That day. I walked up. When she said my name, I was like, oh my gosh. What is going on? Because I was thinking, because all these folks could sing. I mean, sang.
Not just sing.
Sang. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I walked up there. I get this form, and I had to go through a whole bunch of other different rounds. But come to find out, when I made it, let's give me chills, boys. When I made it, when I got to we had to go through a whole bunch of different rounds until I made it to the actual seeing the judges where they turn around and everything. I kept seeing that lady that picked me. I kept seeing her through every meeting that we was going through the whole deal. And I was like, but every time that somebody would walk up there and talk to her, like she was somebody. Found out before I even walked on stage. I just told her. I walked up, and her name was Brittany. I walked up and I said, hey, Miss Brittany, I just want to tell you I appreciate you picking me that day. She said, you know something? She said, you're the only one I've ever picked. She said, I flew in that day. She was one of the executive producers of the whole show. And she flew in that day and was just, making sure everybody was doing everything. She went to a couple other places. And she flew in that day just to, kind of check everything out. And she said, I've never found anybody. I want to find somebody today. And I was the only one she had ever picked.
Wow.
And I walked on stage. Are you talking about?
You got 4 chair turns.
You talking about having God being there right before? I'm talking about I'm standing there talking to her.
Every time I fall, I get back up again.
You talking about having, just like giving you the reassurance of God's presence and how real God is like me talking to her right before I go on stage. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous to walk out, but when she told me that, nothing.
That's awesome.
I knew it was just
I got this.
Go, because I've got that dude behind me.
That's awesome.
It just made. I was like, I ain't worried about nothing.
What'd you feel like when all 4 of them turned around?
Well, it's crazy because on the TV you hear doosh 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 doosh.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
Oh, really?
So when you're singing, you just see folks turn around. So when I started singing, you go walk in there and you see all these people, and then you see the judges' chairs, and then you see the spot where you're supposed to go because they let you practice ahead of time, and they tell you like, hey, it's gonna get loud in here, so don't get scared. Sing your song, do you, and get out there. So when I got on, there's a mark out there they tell you to go to. So I went to the microphone, and I heard that the click on that the drum, it went and I was like, all right, let's go. It felt like I was just cranking up a hot rod.
That's
Because
awesome.
I knew, I was like, I ain't nervous.
Got
I got this dude with me. You know, when she told me that, you talking about just like putting on an armor.
The
you know
armor
what I mean?
of God.
I'm talking about literally when she told me that, it just like felt like
What was
took a
the
whole thing
microphone of faith?
I felt like I just took a whole bunch of steroids or something. You know, just blew it. I've got this. I got this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Getting to be on both shows, which one was the better experience? American
The
Idol?
Voice.
The Voice.
Yeah. See, American Idol, it was more. I'm glad I did it because it got my feet wet, and it got my feet wet to be able to be on The Voice and actually, you know, kind of. I knew how it was all going down, how the TV kind of stuff worked, and how, you know, being on stage, having cameras on you. I mean, that right there. The first time I ever had a camera put on me, you know, it was a little B camera. When you got 7 big like television cameras on you, that's like the first time, like when they ask you, like they go in an interview and ask you a question, they'll ask you like, okay, well, what's your favorite color? Like, Chance, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Exactly. That's how I would answer it. But you've got to say, when you're doing that kind of stuff, you say, when they ask you, you know, what's your favorite color? Well, my favorite color is blue, is because you have to narrate, you know, you know, why? Because if you just like blue, they're like, okay.
You got to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I wasn't used to that. So it made me stutter a lot, and I mean, I had a lot of retakes. Like, what's funny, they would tell me to. You'd have to read off. You'd have to do commercials and stuff like Lay's or Coca-Cola or something like that, and this is why I drink Coca-Cola or something like that. You know, I'd be like, "It's good,
It's good. I like to burn.
But yeah, I mean, being on The Voice, being on American Idol beforehand, kind of, you know, let me
Be a little more comfortable.
comfortable and not so nervous and just. And American Idol, it was I mean, it was tough. It was tough being out there, especially being away, because I was in California for a couple months and being away from home and flying for the first time. That's a whole nother podcast. We can talk about it of flying. I've had some bad experiences on a
Never
plane.
been on one.
Well, I tell you what, it's something different. If you ain't never been on one, you know, it's something different for sure.
Good Lord didn't give me wings. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Gave him a roofing hammer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I believe
it's been a good podcast.
I believe it's been a really good podcast.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, thanks for coming. We'll have to get you to come back again and tell some more stories. And I would say we'd go coon hunting, but I ain't going coon hunting. I'm done. We'll go turkey hunting.
There you go. Yeah, you can find me somewhere to coon hunt.
That's right. Hey, I've got some places you can coon hunt.
He got a bunch of places over in Hope.
Yeah,
Good.
plenty
County.
plenty of coons. Plenty of
We
coons.
might have to go take care of them so they can
Yeah,
eat turkey.
that's right. That's right. And my corn.
Yeah. They'll eat some corn.
That's right.
Well, guys,
We appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in with us. Check us out on all the platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube, Spotify.
We there.
We everywhere.
Come find
Your
us.
local cable provider.
Oh no.
This is the Dirt for Poor podcast. I'm Dexter Roberts.
I'm Chance Hope.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. I'm Clarence.
Hey, you Clarence.
I'm Clarence. This is Clarence. You're listening to the Dirt Floor Poor podcast.